How do you feel loved in a relationship? How to feel seen, heard, and understood in a relationship? Have the kind of the relationship where you don't have to convince your partner to act in a certain way or treat you a certain way. How to have a relationship where you feel loved not only on the Valentine's Day, not only when he is buying you gifts and flowers, but actually feel loved where you never have to doubt whether he truly cares about you or not. You just see that he does. He puts you first. You're his priority. And you never have to waver and wonder if he will finally text you, or you never have to try to fix the relationship, try to make things easy for you, or try to take care of him, right? You never have to do that man's job, but you can instead simply relax, lean back, and receive. And so today, we're talking about feeling loved in a relationship, how to naturally feel loved in a relationship. And the reason why we're doing this is because when it comes down to relationships, especially high achieving women, the women who excel in careers and business, and the women who are used to performing in the workplace, we think that in order to earn something, we have to go grab it. We have to be the go-getter. We have to finally reach for it. And even though that may work in terms of work, in terms of business, even though that drive may have kept you going, what you'll find is that in terms of relationships, it's actually wearing you out. In fact, it is making love way more distance, making love way harder than it's supposed to be. We're used to fighting for things, we're used to striving for things and earning for things. But you realize in love, actually, it's the opposite. Because the truth is that love, as the universal principle, right, is one of the key foundation of the universe. In order to receive it, it's actually not about doing or fixing. It's not about you trying to control the situation. Rather, it is about you allowing yourself to receive, you receiving. It is not about efforting. In fact, the effort is pushing the love further away. So that means that in a relationship, whenever you're trying to convince him to finally see you, trying to change his behavior, trying to make him show up in a different way, whenever we are efforting toward it, it's actually pushing love away from us. Because love is not about efforting. Love is about receiving. In fact, if you are efforting, you will feel like you don't feel loved even more because you're the one doing the work. And so, my love, when it comes to feeling loved in a relationship where you attract or where you are with the kind of man who shows up, who is always there for you, who consistently shows up, who takes care of you, who provides for you, or who is that strong masculine presence, like the lion that is always by the lioness. If we want that energy, realize that your effort is actually repelling you from the love. And instead, that effort, instead of wasting it outward, instead of trying to convince him, instead of trying to communicate and do, and so that he finally sees your point, so that he finally understands your needs. Instead of pushing that energy, putting that out there, pushing it out, instead we want to draw it back in. We want to bring it back in. Instead of you trying to fix this relationship, you trying to work harder, or you trying to be more disciplined, you trying to fulfill his orders, right? The same way, we want to bring that energy back in. Because that energy, focused inward, focused on you, is magnetic. And you don't have to try to explain. You don't have to try to convince the man. You don't have to force him to change. Instead, it simply illuminates. The truth simply reveals. When a man is the right match for you, when a man actually truly loves you, you will see that when you bring that energy back in, when you focus yourself back in, right? Fulfill, that means fill your own needs, fill your own cup first. Then the right man, the emotionally healthy man, the divine masculine king, he will not be able to resist. He sees that as magnetic. And so how can that look like in a relationship? So let's say you are wanting more communication from him and he hasn't been communicating with you that much, so you don't feel so loved because his communication hasn't been that consistent or that regular. And so when you bring that energy back on you, when you bring that desire for love, right? The call, the pull, the craving for love, and fulfill that, bring that inside of you. And so you may feel more alive. You may feel more lit up. It can look different. It may feel that you may feel peaceful. You may feel more connected with your life. And when you are in that state of connection and aliveness, and when you are just feeling loved, even without the presence of the man, even without the man pouring that on you, when you can truly feel that love and you live that, he will not be able to resist. You may think that like he may feel even like quote unquote jealous, right? Because you are feeling that energy. You can call this the arrows or the life force, that energy in you. And that itself will naturally inspire him to text you more often. And therefore, you feel even more loved. On top of the love you feel with yourself, in yourself, by yourself, you have that. So what he provides is simply an overflow, right? So when we are looking for love, a lot of the time, many people often think that a relationship, when you finally get into a relationship, like you will finally, find love. You will finally find quote unquote the one. You will finally, because you never feel loved your whole life, you finally feel the love. And a lot of Hollywood and romantic movies, they can make us trapped into that type of thinking that the other person is the answer, when the truth, my love, is that you are the answer. And that doesn't mean that you become hyper independent. In fact, it's the opposite of it. Because you are open. Instead of oh, if he doesn't give me that love, I'm going to tear him down. I'm going to blame everything on him. Everything is his fault. I'm going to get angry, right? That is the hyper independent. Instead of that, you are open to it. You are filling yourself up. And if he's the right person, if he actually has the emotional capacity to actually give you, he will step forward. He will move forward. He will initiate. And all we got to do as women, our only job is to receive, to let ourselves receive. And when we are receiving, the masculine cannot help but come forward, move forward. It's just like how in nature you can see like flowers. The flowers are not pushing, they're not trying to get to the bees. They simply are opening, receiving. They're receiving the sunlight, they're receiving the breeze, like, and the bees naturally arrive for the nectar, right? They're doing the movement. And as women, all we do is simply we are allowing ourselves to receive. And vice versa, if the man is not capable of giving you that love or that adoration, that action, it will naturally reveal to you too. He will simply fall away. Like, you just don't feel that pushing energy to make him do something anymore. And he will naturally be able to feel that you are on a different energy plane than him. And simply what is not of a match will simply fall away. And my love, the key to feeling love, key to receiving a love is about choosing to receive. Receive it regardless of whether the person is giving you to you or not. And when you are receiving, it will inspire the person who is capable of actually holding that love, when they are in a similar energetic match, when they are capable of giving and receiving that too, they will step forward. Because, like, as mentioned in one of the my favorite spiritual texts, A Course in Miracle, like, giving is receiving. So by you receiving that yourself, you are inspiring the person you're in a relationship to give that to you too. And so rather than trying to pour from your cup, out from an empty cup, trying to convince them to finally change their behavior and action, notice how relationships are about, it's like a back and forth dancing, right? You're receiving, you're in that receiving state. If you want to receive, you don't try to push someone. You stay in that energy. And that is what will reflect back to you, my love. The ability to receive is what you will experience